welcome to one of my videos. Thanks for coming. Today, it's June 1st, and what I'm going to do June 1st, I'm going to go do an open mic today. The open mic I'm going to do today is a family-friendly one. It's all clean, no cuss words. It's a big brewery. It's normally an older crowd, maybe a crowd with family. It's a harder crowd to get laughing, different than most comedy crowds I've done, which is a good thing to do. Took a week off comedy, so I have a lot of jokes written. Like, I probably wrote more jokes in the week or so I took off than I did the past 3 or so weeks. And I was just hitting a little bit of a writer's block, and I was busy with some stuff. And it's like, all right, time to take a week off. I feel like the week off sometimes helps. Like, it gets you creative again. Because the juice is flowing. Sort of gets you out of the mindset, oh, I got to do open mic tonight. And then I got to do it tomorrow. And then the next day. I feel like sometimes taking a break gives you the time to recalibrate your creative juices. It's like, all right, I don't need to worry about performing and how this is doing on stage. I just gotta write something funny, or something I think's funny. That's what I've been doing recently. And hopefully these jokes work on stage tonight. I'm gonna try to do 7 mics this week. I'm hosting one of them. So I'm guaranteed at one of them. Every joke I'm going to do in this video hasn't been done on stage before. It's a lot easier to open up and close with a joke that works, because that's how you leave a good impression on the crowd, but it's an open mic. It doesn't matter. It's practice. Hopefully I don't lean into insecurity up there and just make fun of my jokes too much on stage, because that's a crutch. Like at open mics, it works to an extent. But if after every joke you tell, you're like, oh, that joke wasn't funny, I know why y'all didn't laugh at that. It's like, then why'd you go up there with 5 minutes of non-funny jokes in your mind? So I gotta limit that to maybe once or twice as an emergency. And if it's a really bad joke. I'll probably leave in some of the stinkers too. Like, I think bad jokes are funny in their own way. I'm trying to bring y'all along for the journey. I can't just put on the Instagram goggles and just show the best parts of this stand-up stuff. I'm just trying to show it all, or document it for myself one day. It's like, oh, I bet you're the only person with a grandfather who tried to do stand-up back in the day and still has his YouTube videos he made doing it. Hopefully I don't already have grandkids. All right, I'll see you at the mic. Probably won't talk much at the mic. I'll just show the stand-up footage and then maybe talk about that later. Toodles, see you on the stage.
I thought of this hearing about pickleball earlier, but as someone who grew up playing tennis, like, I think I could beat every comic in the scene in tennis, and I haven't played since I started. But I think being the best pickleball player is like being the best baby. Because like that's how they teach kids how to play tennis, on a mini pickleball court. It's like the same thing, but it has a net, but it's tennis balls instead of wiffle balls. It's like, I don't want to be the best baby. I'm not the baby. I almost said little baby, but the baby's better as someone from Charlotte. Let's go. I was a camp counselor back in the day, and like I was with the high school age, so when we had to go place, I'll just play a 10-hour Let's Go loop by the baby. And they would go because they were like, turn that off, that's annoying. Like, I got it the second Let's Go. We don't need 3 more minutes of this. Like, we'd be late because we would keep listening to that. It's like, let's go. I'm not going to keep going into that. I lost interest. Because I don't have an attention span, because I'm Gen Z, like Mr. Collins said. I feel like he could have teacher energy. Teacher hardly nowhere. Oh, that's getting cut out of while I'm recording my set. That's disgusting. I might call into a restaurant one of these days and order dine in. Like, oh, what you want? Takeout? Nah, I'm gonna dine in. Like, can you get a table and have my food ready for me by the time I get there? Like, that would be sick. It's like, you don't have to wait for the waiter the first time around. It's like, hey, can I get a margarita and some chips? It's like, I'll be there in 15. Like, that is an ideal restaurant. That's also like why people DoorDash all the time. I would not order DoorDash as a former driver. Like, I would turn the air conditioning up if they were a little too snobby. It's like, oh, you're on me too much. Your food's gonna be cold. business. I don't know. I'm not used to having a notebook up here. It's normally a phone. I can't read my own handwriting as well. I think it would be very confusing, like, being at an open mic. Like, you know how, like, at an open mic, you get the light, like, the comedians get given that to be like, all right, wrap up your set. Imagine they get the light and they say, I see the light, and they just die. It's like, oh, that's the wrong light. Like, don't go to the one in this realm. And I'm sure there's like a crowd member there that's like, all right, come on, get off stage. Like, you did your time. It's like, oh no, that's his time for life. It's like, you'll probably feel a little bad after that. Just a little bit. I was talking about the light. I was like, oh, I don't think I missed that yet. I don't have my phone that keeps track of my time up here. So I'll check my watch. Yeah, I don't really care much about time. But it is also weird because people are like, oh, all this is a simulation. But why is time measured in only one unit? It's like, why is it only days? Why is it always hours? I want to go to a different country. It's like, they're going by minutes. It's like, what's the time? It's 1,200 minutes. Like, that's how it is. It's like, oh, no, they put that in their computer. They made this whole simulation thing. And they're like, oh, you know what? We're just going to use our time. They're not going to think about that. Wait, so maybe we're not in a simulation if I thought about that. Oh, so I'll go back to the light material. Oh, I missed it on my set list. I do have one more joke about the light. But imagine like being the person that the name Lazy Susan's after. Like imagine being the Lazy Susan. It's like you had to do something so crazy they named something in the corner of the kitchen that spins around and just has random gadgets in it. It's like, oh, that reminds me of Susan, the Lazy Susan in our town. It's like, oh, sweet. No, I'm not going to end on a Gen Z thing. You know, actually I will, for Craig's sake. Thank you for your time. I've been him.
I guess now's the time of the video where I talk about my set and criticize or compliment myself. So let's get started with the first joke I told about pickleball and how it's for babies. I think that's a keeper. I'll probably try to work on that some more, but I stepped on the laughs pretty heavily up top, so I need to pause there. Because I killed some momentum for that joke because I talked over the laughs instead of let them keep laughing. And then when they're done, keep talking, because it's easier to get them to laugh again. And if there's someone who has a funny laugh, more people will laugh the longer you pause if there's laughs going on. Also, my pivot from that joke wasn't planned. That was just me talking about being a camp counselor. Like, that's a true story. I just trusted my instinct because I guess I've done this long enough where I know I'm not going to say anything crazy if I just say what's on my mind. Because I think my goal right now for stand-up is being more present on stage. I don't want to just be, all right, I'm going through my jokes tonight. I want to be in the moment with the crowd. Because I've had a couple longer sets where I've lost the crowd because I've just been doing jokes and I wasn't in the room with them. And so that's what I've been sort of focusing on, I guess, recently. Also, another thing I saw, when I said teacher hardly know her, I did not need to react that way. I thought it came out way worse when I said it, paused. Like, it wasn't that bad. I think that sort of worked. At least for me, like, it works when I push back against what I just said. Like, if I contradict myself immediately, like, I found that works for me. It's weird. It's probably not the best thing to do on like shows and stuff, but like that was sort of the make fun of my joke pivot to get the crowd to laugh, because that got a laugh off of something that didn't really get a laugh. And I didn't do that more than like once, I don't think. Maybe twice. I'm not going to watch that set again. I'm just trying to finish this up and upload it so I can record tomorrow's episode, which is today for me. Also, the DoorDash material, that wasn't planned. I don't want to keep that joke because that was a sort of a regurgitation of something I saw on Twitter. It was funny picture. I won't be able to find it because this was like 5 years ago. But it was pretty much a picture of someone blasting their AC pointed at their DoorDash delivery. It's like, oh, that's sort of funny. And I was riffing, so I guess I just pulled what was funny, but I can't keep that for like an actual set outside of an open mic. So I'm trying to do jokes that are original. I'll be inspired by some comedians, but I don't want to do the same topic of joke. Like, I've cut jokes because I saw other comedians have a clip of that premise. It's like, all right, that's the joke on that premise, so I'm going to just come up with something that doesn't have the joke on it yet, or at least try to. Also, another thing I want to point out, I made the right choice to pivot from my time material. I don't know if I would have if I didn't get the light. The light is a good, like, oh, I got to lock in real quick and make sure they still like me at the end of my set. And that gave me the ability to pivot from probably the thing in my set that worked the least. And probably for tomorrow's video, I'll probably be working on the Lazy Susan joke some more. I really like that premise. Same with the pickleball. I'll probably mess around with that some more. But I'm going to try to like shift the wording a little bit, hopefully. Because I feel like there's some funny parts that I sort of didn't order right. And like I feel like I could just sort of cut the bits that don't get laughs. And I might not have that like tomorrow. Like eventually I'll get there. Because riffing doesn't matter if you don't remember what you said when you riffed. And that's also why I'm making these videos. Like, oh, I got to watch back every set. And I caught riffs that I wouldn't have caught if I didn't watch it. And it will shape how I told jokes other than just regurgitating the idea I had the first time I did it. And then sort of trying to remember what worked and what didn't. I feel like there's sometimes like come off stage and I misread how well I did. Either way, like sometimes I feel like I bomb when I had a good set and vice versa. Laughs don't lie. If you're watching back your set and you're not getting laughs, it's not funny. If you get laughs, it's funny. Keep doing that. Obviously, you want to tell jokes that you find funny up there, but listen, if you're doing a show and you're not telling jokes the crowd finds funny, what's the point? It's like there's a middle ground. You can make people laugh. People do it off stage all the time. It's just sort of channeling the funny moment. And that's hard to do, but it's possible. I do it every once in a while. I feel pretty good about last night's set. Like, I felt pretty present up there. I was in a bad mood before going up, and I was in a good one afterwards. Like, I was watching everyone not do well. Like, people did well. I don't think I had the set of the night or anything. It's just, there were maybe 25% of the comedians had not a good set, a decent set. A good set for an open mic. That's sort of why I started this. I'm like, oh, I'm good for an open micer, which doesn't mean much because anyone can do it. I've just put more time into open mics than most people. For better or for worse, I guess we'll find out. That's part of the journey. If you like the video, please subscribe, like, share with a friend. If you like this video, I'll post a pretty similar one tomorrow. It's just going to be tomorrow in my life. So I hope to see you around. And if not, best of luck. And one last thing. Irish goodbye.